Hey. Are you ready for your evening podcast? Got a little tickle in my throat. All right. Much like the truck talks, if you're new to the channel and you're like, why is this dude laying in bed talking to me? Turn the eyes off, turn the ears on. Podcast time. Okay? I'm just laying here in bed, flexing, Definitely not eating saltines with extra crunchy peanut butter on them because that would be bad. That's not how you have a healthy body. That's not how you feed the machine and all those other things that people who know what they're talking about say. I would not do that. That didn't just happen even a little bit. Anyway, this should be self-evident, but I guess, sometimes we say things to other people that should be self-evident, that for whatever reason they got busy with life and things happen and they just didn't think about it. I'm going to put this hand away. It's moving around a lot. It's probably distracting. It's distracting me right now. Okay. Whoosh, gone. It's back. The ear itched. I don't know. If you are on prescription medication that you cannot live without, you will die without it. You should become very friendly with your doctor. And you should say, listen, doc, I don't want to die in case, the world ends. You got the whole North Korea thing, although it's simmering down. You got the Iran thing. Probably going to get maybe more better. That's a word. More better here in the near future. The Iran-Israel thing rather than the whole Russia thing and the China thing. And, Doc, look, I don't want to be a statistic. I'm just worried that what if something happens and I can't get to see you? I don't want to die. Can you write me a 90-day prescription with a couple of refills? Stow some of that, stash it, whatever. And I know certain medications are stupid expensive. And certain medications, they will not do that. They cannot do that legally. If it's a controlled substance, it ain't gonna happen. I don't have advice for you regarding that. I don't know. I'm not in that situation. I have some prescriptions that I take. I'm not going to die without any of them, which is, thank you, God. That's sweet. That's awesome. I take what I would call are like quality of life prescriptions. In the 800 milligram Motrin category, oh, you got a splinter? Here's 2 800 milligram Motrin. Oh, you got a gunshot wound? Here's 2 800 milligram Motrin. You know what I mean. So, little non-narcotic pain pills and some muscle relaxers occasionally because I have one doctor. She's a little tiny, she's like, comes up like this high on my chest. Little tiny Indian lady. And she took chest x-rays for some reason. And she comes walking back into the examination room. She's holding this x-ray and she looks at me. Major stink eye. Whap! Slaps this x-ray up on the light board. She looks at me and goes, have you been in a war? I don't know. She was English? Question? I don't know. She says, have you been in a war? I said, frankly, that's none of your damn business. And just fix me. And she says, well, you broke your sternum. I can see that. And both of your shoulder sockets are jacked. And you broke 4 ribs over on this side. And then you broke 3 here. And then skipped a couple. And then broke 2 here. And your spine is all shaped like a curly Q. And I was like, yeah, I know. That's why I'm here. My stuff hurts. Fix me. So I have quality of life low-key medications that I take only when I need them. And I know there's some people who are like, only when I need them. You know what I mean? Like, every 6 hours. Not me. I'm, a handful of times a month when I overdo it at work and I'm like, oh, my back is stiff as a board. I should probably do something about that rather than scream around in pain and act like an idiot. I'll pop a couple of, 800 milligram Motrins and call it a day. I feel like I'm oversharing, so we're going to move on. So if you have quality of life medications, things of that nature, see if you can stock up on them. Have them around. And this is what I wanted to drive at. In your different systems, have some redundancy. Hopefully, you're bugging in. You figured out, you're not in the city. If you're in the suburbs, you're on the outskirts of the suburbs with a bug out location, I will stink eye you again. Okay? With a bug out location. If you're not, leave, get gone. Obviously, still have a bug out bag because, a forest fire could start and you got to go right now, grab your bags, go. So I have some redundancy there in my bug out bag. I have a little bit of redundancy in my plate carrier, and I definitely have some redundancy in, we'll just say, all my different systems. If there's like a day pack or a rucksack or something that goes on my back that I'll have on my person, I have something in there that if I need it, I can have it. Now, I'm fortunate enough that I don't have any prescriptions that I just have to have. Worst case scenario, I can take 4 200 milligram Motrin, and it's the same as 800 milligram Motrin. It's the same thing. I'm, thank God, not in that boat. I'm not, terribly debilitated or anything like that. So, I don't know. I don't know what your situation is, but I do know that if I was in a situation where I had to have those meds, I would be figuring out ways to get those meds and making sure I had those meds in my systems, that there was redundancy there. Diabetics, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen to diabetics during SHTF. Although maybe it's like high blood pressure. A lot of high blood pressure can be treated just by exercising. Change in diet and exercise, and like 80% of your high blood pressure goes away. And reduce your stress. Oh, and get a full night's sleep. Like this. It's almost 8:30. Where am I? I'm in bed. I get up at 5, so. I don't know. I don't know what this is. I don't know how this happened. I might have to go. I might be getting very busy very soon. I don't know. Serious things, people, serious things. So if you're on prescription meds, I don't have any specific advice for you other than to say, hopefully you've already begun to think about, what do I do when SHTF? What's the next right thing? What's the natural progression from going to the pharmacy to pick up my prescription to, I can't do that anymore, now what do I do? Maybe that's herbal medicine. Maybe that's, I don't know, freaking essential oils. Maybe it's lifestyle changes. Do these things now while you can. I don't have any real major advice other than to say, do these things now while you can. While you have time to sit around and look at your phone and watch videos, be productive with that time. Because if something happens, if the S really does hit the fan, if the what is it? The merde hits the ventilator. Thank you. I almost said muerte, which is death in Espanol, which would be weird If you throw a dead Mexican guy into the fan, that's racist. I'm sorry. I don't know. Insensitive at the very least. If the Muerte, the Merde, I did it twice in a row. If the Merde hits the ventilator, then what? Okay? What's your next right thing? Then what do? I don't know. You know that better than I do, but I want you guys to start wargaming this in your brain now. How do you get from where you are to where you need to be? You know the specifics of that better than I do. I just want you to go think about it. I don't know. Will I even post this video? There's 1,000 of you now. I feel like the pressure is on. I better put up top-notch content or 4 of these weirdos will leave me. Probably. But this is what you get here. You get me trying to eat this stupid jar of peanut butter, but talking to you instead while laying in bed. Pretending to be super ultra tactical. You can only look like an angry Muppet when you're tactical. Good night, y'all. Bye.